a U.S. carrier strike group led by the most expensive warship ever built, the aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. has entered the eastern Mediterranean. Alongside it came the cruiser USS Normandy and 3 destroyers, Thomas Hudner, Ramage, and McFaul. In simple terms, a floating fortress just appeared near the Middle East, and it appeared fast. With this single move, the region suddenly gained a massive concentration of American firepower. Up to 4 air wings worth of carrier aircraft, including 5th-generation F-35C stealth fighters and Fa-18 Hornet strike fighters, plus multiple ships carrying Tomahawk cruise missiles. Each Tomahawk carrier can load around 90 to 96 missiles, meaning a coordinated salvo could reach roughly 110 missiles in one strike. And remember, the Tomahawk can fly up to 1,100 kilometers to hit targets deep inland. And this is only the first wave. A second carrier strike group, led by USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, is also moving toward the area. So why did Washington urgently send such a heavy naval fist into the eastern Mediterranean? Officially, the White House explained on October 11th that the aircraft carriers were meant to deter neighboring states, including Lebanon and Iran, from entering the war. Many experts agree with that, but deterrence is only part of the truth. The deeper reason is far more serious. The destroyers in this group are equipped with the Aegis missile defense system. That means this is not only an air-powered deployment, it is also a mobile missile shield. In other words, these ships are capable of defending Israel not only from drones and rockets, but even from ballistic missile attacks. And they are already proving it. Iranian-backed Houthi forces in Yemen have attempted to launch long-range drones and missiles toward Israel, but those weapons must cross nearly the entire Red Sea, giving U.S. Navy warships time to detect and destroy them before they reach their targets. But Aegis ships do not only defend. If the U.S. decides to officially intervene, this same fleet can turn into a launch platform for devastating strikes across the entire Middle East, against almost any target in almost any country. Now, the biggest question becomes unavoidable. Is this carrier strike group enough to scare Iran into backing down? Iran has spent the last 2 decades building exactly the kind of military that makes American planners nervous. Long-range missiles, attack drones, hardened underground facilities, and a network of regional allies that can attack U.S. partners from multiple directions. To understand the American calculation, we need to look closely at what the U.S. actually brought into the region. And the centerpiece is obvious: USS Gerald R. CVN-78. The most powerful warship on Earth. The Ford was laid down in 2005 at the Newport News shipyard in Virginia. Its construction alone cost roughly $12.8 billion, and another $4.7 billion was spent on research and development for this class. It entered service in 2017, replacing the legendary USS Enterprise. The ship is enormous, about 337 meters long and 78 meters wide, rising above the sea like a 10-story building. Its displacement is so huge that simply watching it move feels unreal, like a floating city sliding across the water at high speed. And it is not slow. Despite weighing over 100,000 tons, the Ford can reach around 30 knots, meaning it can move faster than most people expect a ship of that size even could. Its full crew reaches about 4,500 people, including ship crew, air wing personnel, and command staff. But thanks to major automation upgrades, it needs fewer sailors than older carriers, around 700 fewer than a typical Nimitz-class ship. The Ford can support a massive air group, and in combat it can carry around 48 fighter jets across 4 squadrons. In practice, its air wing includes both Fa-18 strike fighters and F-35C stealth aircraft. And that matters more than people realize, because the Ford now carries more stealth fighters than many entire countries own. The F-35C is the Navy's carrier-based stealth fighter. Unlike the F-35B, it cannot do vertical landings. It takes off using a catapult and lands with a tailhook arresting wire. It is designed for long-range naval warfare where survivability depends on striking first, unseen. The carrier also operates multiple helicopter types for anti-submarine warfare, transport, and rescue, plus aircraft like the E-2 Hawkeye, which provides long-range radar detection and battle management. In terms of weapons, the F-35C can carry a wide package, AANA 120 AMRAAM, AIM-9X Sidewinder, AGM-154 JSOW, AGM-158 JASSM, and JDAM precision bombs. The F/A-18 can carry nearly everything as well: air-to-air missiles, anti-radar weapons, anti-ship missiles, and guided bombs. But the Gerald R. Ford is not defenseless even on its own. It has multiple layers of self-defense weapons, including missile launchers, close-in guns, and heavy machine guns designed to stop drones and incoming missiles at short range. Powering all this are two advanced A-1B nuclear reactors. These reactors generate enormous output, enough electricity and propulsion power to run the carrier systems, and still produce a huge surplus. And this is where the Ford becomes truly unique. The ship generates so much energy that, according to U.S. Navy leadership, only half of its power capacity is currently being used. The other half is being reserved for future systems. So, what future systems are we talking about? Lasers. This is the real reason the Ford is more than just another aircraft carrier. The U.S. Navy is fully aware that the golden age of aircraft carriers is being challenged. China has developed modern anti-ship missile systems, including highly maneuverable weapons that may reach hypersonic speeds, above Mach 5. China has even built full-scale aircraft carrier target mock-ups in the desert for missile testing. A single accurate hypersonic hit could cripple even the most advanced carrier. That is why the Pentagon is betting on one thing: directed energy weapons. Lasers offer something missiles cannot: near unlimited shots, no magazine limitations, and firing at the speed of light. Hypersonic missiles are fast, but lasers are faster than fast. They are instantaneous. Missiles also create a major weakness in naval warfare. Ships can run out of interceptors. This is called the magazine depth problem. A large enemy can overwhelm defenses by launching enough missiles until the defending fleet simply runs out of ammunition. Lasers could erase that weakness completely. Experts estimate that stopping modern cruise missiles and hypersonic threats would require a laser system of at least 300 kilowatts of power. The Navy is already working toward that goal, planning tests under programs like HELCAP, aimed specifically at countering anti-ship cruise missiles. That technology is still coming, but the strategy is already here. So, while the Gerald R. Ford Strike Group may look like a simple show of force in the Middle East, it is also something else: a demonstration of a future doctrine, a U.S. Navy that plans to survive the next era of warfare, even as missile technology grows more deadly. For now, this carrier strike group sends a message to Iran that is impossible to misunderstand. If Iran chooses to widen the war, the United States now has the ability to respond instantly, with stealth aircraft, precision strikes, missile defense, and the option of massive Tomahawk attacks from the sea. And with a second carrier group approaching, the message becomes even louder. Whether this prevents escalation or provokes a new confrontation depends on decisions made far above the waves. But one fact is certain: the arrival of USS Gerald R. Ford has turned the Eastern Mediterranean into one of the most heavily armed sea zones on Earth. And if deterrence fails, what is currently a warning could become the opening move of something much bigger.